Are you interested in setting up social media influencer marketing campaigns that will work with B2B or B2C? If so, continue watching this video. If videos like this are of interest to you, then check the link in the description of this video for more vids like this. I sound like a social media influencer. Right, you need to start off right at the very beginning with defining the objective of the campaign. This is really important, as this escalates on to how you're going to set up the UX and really how you're going to set up the whole of the campaigns. Are you trying to increase brand awareness? Are you trying to increase email subscribers? Are you trying to increase website visitors? Or what pretty much everyone seems to want to be doing these days is increasing sales. So what you need to do first of all is you need to identify your target audience. This is really should be done via persona research, and you would create personas of each segment of your target audience. However, if you haven't done that, what you can do is you can just quite basically, you can look at the demographics, just try and assess who are they, look at the problems your product or service solves, so you can sit and say this is what you need, and then start looking at their behaviours. What social media are they on? Who are they interacting with? We then need to identify the influencers that we're going to use. So we need to look at the audience of various influencers, and we've got to assess, does this audience want your product or service? We then look at their reach. How big is their reach? What authority do they have? I've done a lot of work with journalists who are held in very high regard, and they have generated millions in revenue for the clients that I represent. You've then got to look at the engagement. Do people like and share their posts that they make that are similar to your product or service? Very important that when they post something that is similar to what you're going to be doing, that people interact with it. A lot of the times people will go and get influencers who have a very big reach, but their audience really isn't that interested when they post similar to what you're going to do. So be careful for that. We've then got to look at what type of campaign are we going to run. User generated content, in my opinion, is quite simply the greatest content for generating sales. And this is basically where the influencer will create content around your product. It could be reviews, you could have clothing, so they could be putting it on and saying how great it is, etc. You could then do a launch, and they could review your new product or service in a live launch on their channel. This is the standard one, really, offering discount codes with the link in bio. You could have influencer events, and you could hold a big event with your clothing or whatever product you've got there, invite all the influencers down, then you have lives, and you would go live on their channel at the same time talking about your product. You could have influencer contests where people get to like and share and comment and win a prize. Right, so we now need to develop a creative strategy. So we want some creative briefs. What is really your creative strategy? Because you're going to have to relay that to the influencers so you can get your creatives running in tandem with theirs. You're going to need to give them over your brand assets. Then you want to tell them what is your long-term visions creatively so they can help work with you to achieve that. And then start knocking together some content ideas. We then execute the campaign. It is vital that you write down a timeline. So you sit there and say, on this date this is going to happen, then this, then this. So everyone is singing from the same hymn sheet. You want to monitor the campaign because you may need to make little twerks throughout the campaigns. You want to look at negative comments, which you may want to remove, but you want to look at the UX and see if there's any friction within there. So say you're trying to send people to a form. Are they signing up on the form? Are people buying because you're going to create some type of sales funnel, and have a look at what the drop-off rates are. Then communication. You need to continue talking with the influencer throughout the campaign to ensure that there's no difficulties with it. And you want to amplify the content, so you want to get people to like and share the content that is being generated via the campaign. Right, so the campaign is now over. So how do we assess what we're going to do from here? Well, we really want to have key performance indicators. to have a look, how many sales were generated, emails, etc. We also want to quantify the success. So how many sales, emails, or what you really want to look at is what was the return on investment. Have you generated money from this influencer? But also look at what didn't work. Have a look at, was there any UX friction? You created a sales funnel or something that you were sending people down where they're like vast drop-off rates at a certain step. You may want to get rid of them for the next campaigns. Where you trying to generate emails and not getting a very high opt-in rate. And that is really how you launch and deploy social media influencer campaigns. Like I said, I'm trying to sound like an influencer here. Have a look for the link in the bio for more quality courses like this. Okay, thank you very much.